Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Chilean Revolution. My name is Jack, and it's the start of Season 3, ladies and gentlemen. We have played one game already. I accidentally went into another game before. Oh, I should record this one probably. So the match has started. I haven't kicked off or anything, but it's ready for us, if you will. Transfers. There's been a lot of transfers. I kind of cocked up the transfers, if I'm honest. We've ended up with only 3 centre midfielders, and I can't afford another one at the moment. So hopefully, with Champions League money and whatnot, we should be able to afford another centre mid. Hopefully, but we'll start off with the outs. No one got released of note. It was all youth players and whatnot. But we'll start off with the outs. Stefano Stororo, our ball-winning midfielder. AC Milan came into him. AC Milan, who just won the Champions League, came in for him and went, "We want him." And I went, "No, I'm not going to sell him. He's our best ball-winning midfielder." He then got upset. He wouldn't even consider staying. So I said, "Fine, we'll sell you." And he's gone to Cardiff. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. We got him for 8.5. We sold him at 27, so we made a hefty profit on him. It's annoying because he was our best ball-winning midfielder, and he's gone to Cardiff, not AC Milan. If he went to AC Milan for 27.5, I would be fine with it. But Cardiff, they didn't come up for him. Cardiff were the only team, and then he wanted to go to Cardiff. Logic. Absolute logic there. So we've lost Sterario, and Garmesh has gone to Southampton as well. I said I was going to sell him. We've probably about broken even, if not made a £1 million profit if he plays 50 games, whatever. But I sold Garmesh, and then Sterario went, and I was like, "Oh, for God's sake!" And by this time, I had done all my transfer business, and I just couldn't quite get a midfielder in on time, and it's just like, oh, crying out loud. So yeah, we got 3 centre midfielders, but it would give Ronaldo Vieira some game time at least, so he can grow into a good player, I guess. It's not gone well. It's not gone well. Balbuna has gone. Obviously, he kicked up a fuss. I think I mentioned it last episode. He wanted to go, so we sold him to Genoa could rise to 10.5, 7.5 mil initial fee. So that's good enough for me. Matt Lowton has gone to Cardiff for 4.5. He made about a £3 million loss on him, I think. He was only in as a stopgap to fill in for Manquillo. So we have replaced him. It was a bit of a panic buy, and kind of backfired, but oh well. Sam Byram has gone for Sheffield United for 750k. He wasn't ever going to play. Tony Martinez, a young player, has gone for Peterborough on a free, and Lucas Fabianski has gone to CSK Moscow on a free. The rest of these are all loan youth players, except for one, which is Sidjan Babic, who we'll get onto in a minute. Said Haksanovic has gone out to Middlesbrough, who are in the Premier League as well, so hopefully he can get some game time and grow into a good player, because I just don't know where to play him, because he's not quite good enough, but he's got 5-star potential, so I don't really want to get rid of him. But we'll get straight in with the transfers that we have made, and we'll start off with the lowest. So all these frees are what Perma Saka, our head of youth development, has brought in, so we might never see them, we might do. The biggest one was Peter O'Driscoll from Fulham could get up to 1.1 mil. So yeah, nothing to really mention there. Babic, he came in from Red Star, 1.5 million. He could potentially be our best centre back at the club. Couldn't get a work permit for some reason, which is a bit annoying, because I'll get on to why it is annoying in a minute. But we couldn't get a work permit, so he's out on loan to Venlo until he gets a work permit. 23 years old. We got him for £1.5 million, and I believe he's worth 11.75. So it's a quality pickup. But yeah, it was just really, really annoying how he's had 2 games for the Serbian national side, and I'll explain. If I go to Jovanovic from Bordeaux, we got him for £10 million, could rise to 16 million. Also played 2 games for Serbia, same age. He's got a work permit, so they both started their career at Red Star, and one's got a work permit, one's not. but they're two very good Serbian centre-backs, and that's going to be my duo if we can sort out a work permit for Babic. But yeah, we might as well talk about him. Jovanovic, come from Bordeaux, 10 million quid. He's going to be second choice at the moment. We have got a Scottish lad we've brought in who is probably going to be first choice, maybe. Depends how it goes. But we got a Serbian duo who could be playing centre-back for us, hopefully next year, hopefully by January. Depends when we get this work permit sorted out. But yeah, it was a good sign. I was happy to sign those. It was a bit annoying that one had to go out on loan, but oh well. Serge Gnabry, you may know him of Arsenal fame. He went to Bayern Munich, I believe. 3-star current, 3.5-star potential. He's worth £23 million. We got him for £5 million. Could rise to, 16 million? He was on the transfer list. He's just coming in as a backup to both wingers, Anderson. We have slightly tweaked the tactic, which moves Anderson into a more central role. So I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, Gnabry's come in. He's going to be a decent backup for us. He has come in as well as Luke Shaw as left back for £6 million. Both of these are on the transfer list at their respective clubs. 3.5-star current, 3.5-star potential. Luke Shaw and Andrew Robertson, I feel, that's two decent players to have as your left backs. And they'll fight that out all season and have a bit of competition. Competition's good, in my opinion. Jack Hendry from Celtic for £12.5 million. He is going to be probably our first choice centre-back, maybe. 3.5-star current, 3.5-star potential. Him and Jovanovic are going to be our centre-back duo for the time being, until Babic comes in, hopefully. But decent centre-back. He's got good stats where they need to be. Good physicals as well. 6'4", can't really complain. Played a few games for Celtic really well. He's had some good seasons. He's played all over the lower leagues of England and Scottish Premier League. So I'm excited about him. He should be good. Next up, Jean Guidetti, 17.25 million, 3-star current, 3-star potential. He's come in as another striking option just to give us a bit more depth up front, if you will. He's previously of Man City, obviously, Celtic, Celta Vigo, went to Juventus as a backup as well, and now he's come to us. He'll probably start, to be fair, most games, and I'm looking forward to John Guidetti because obviously he was quite a big player back in the day on FIFA and Football Manager. It has quite a wonder kid, so I'm looking forward to using him. Mason Holgate from Everton. Now this is the right back. 17.25 could rise to 27 mil. We've overpaid drastically. It's probably because he's English, a young English lad, but he's okay. He can also play centre back. He's more natural at right back. Can play defensive mid if we need him as well. Yeah, he's coming from Everton. He played quite a lot last season, but in the Championship for Everton, and he's just going to be a backup to Brunette. That's all we need. We need a proper good right back. I just can't. Left back, completely fine. But right back seems to be an issue for us this season. And last but not least, we have brought in a Brazilian worldie in Arthur for £44.5 million. That was his release clause. 4.5-star current, 4.5-star potential. Look at those stats. He's an absolute beast. He's played 11 times for Brazil. He's perfect because he can play that deep line playmaker on defenders well, which is fantastic. He's been killing it in the Brazilian leagues. He's played, like I said, I've already played one game, 7.2. If he can carry that on for the season, that would be incredible. But yeah, we spent 115 million. We've sold 57 million. So I said we weren't going to make profit this transfer window. And in January, we definitely need one, maybe two centre midfielders. And the squad will be complete. And like I said, I keep on mentioning, we played one game. We beat Wolves 3-0. Same two people are scoring again, Yarmolenko and Anderson. It's looking very good at the moment. They did have a player sent off, but we were already 2-0 up at the time. So it's not really affecting us too much in that game. But we are starting the season off, on camera anyway, against West Brom away from home. The Champions League draw hasn't been made yet, but I don't know when it's going to be made. Is it going to be made anytime soon? So it's getting made there. So what I'll do is I'll play the West Brom, I'll then cut it, and we'll come back at the end of the video for the Champions League draw, and we can see it together who we're going to get, because I'm really excited. I think we're probably going to be 4th seed, so we're going to have a really tough group as well. But let's get into the match, shall we? Because we've been talking about transfers and everything else other than the match for far too long now. If it wants to load, why is it not loading? Game, I've clicked on tactics, is struggling for some reason. There we go. We've switched to a 4-4-1-1. I was a bit iffy about. Should we just go into the match? That might be easier. There we go. I don't know why it's just running a little bit slow. It shouldn't run slow in the match. But we're going for a 4-4-1-1 just to add a bit more stability. Go in the latter part of last season, we played terribly. And I've got the 4-4-2, I've got this formation, and I've got a 5 at the back formation that we will play away in Europe when we come against big teams and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to it. We've got plenty of good formations to work with. We've got players in each formation as well that can do a job. So we're going Pickford in goal, Robertson, Ogbonna, Jovanovic, Holgate, Gnabry, Arthur, Ronaldo Vieira, Yarmolenko, Felipe Anderson and Sirhouse. I'm trying to give everyone a bit of game time to start the season because we're not obviously in the Carabao Cup till like 5-6 games in, and I want to see how well people play because I feel like our squad's quite evenly balanced in terms of good players. So you'll probably see quite a bit of rotation because usually we would have Sessegnon playing on the wing, Holgate wouldn't be playing, it would be Brunette, Ogbonna probably wouldn't be playing, it would be the other guy Hendry, Luke Shaw and Robertson need to be rotated as well, and Sirhouse wouldn't be up front, it would probably be Moreno still, or Guidetti. So we're giving everyone a chance to see how it goes. West Brom's teams: Alex Smithy, Chris Brunn, Ake Dawson, Noyam, Rodriguez, Jakob, Fernandez, Phillips, Daniel Sturridge and Jordan Ayew up front. That's quite an interesting striking partnership, if you tell me. I want you to pick up where you left off from that 3-0 win. That'll be incredible. Why is it running slow? The game better not run slow because I can't be dealing with that today. If you haven't told, I'm in a bit of a rush. I had a little bit of time to record a video, so I thought I'll record it and then I can forget about it and then edit it at a later date because I don't know when this one's going to be out. Maybe, what day is it? It's the 14th today. So maybe it will be out, I think, the 24th or 22nd of August. So in 10 days' time, if you will. So it's a bit, I've properly prepared. Because usually when I did my last series, it would be the day before or on the day that I would record the video, and I was always in a bit of a rush to get videos out. It was either late or I just couldn't do them. So I've managed to, every opportunity I get, what a ball by Gnabry and what a goal by Sirhouse. Great movement. This kid, he's a young kid. And he's from Ajax, if you want to get him. He's just a really good backup in the Premier League. I don't know if he plays for Ajax, but as a backup in the Premier League, sensational. Absolutely sensational. What a ball by Gnabry as well. Doing well for us already. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, recording. So what I do usually is have a massive recording session where I record 3-4 episodes in a row. And then when I get a chance, I'll edit them, whether that be later on that night or in a couple of days afterwards. But it makes sure that I've always got a video out on time. And if anything happens, if I'm going to have a recording session and something happens, it doesn't really matter because I've already had a load of videos that are scheduled up and ready to go out. So hopefully that's okay. It means that if you put any comments about transfers and whatnot, I probably won't see them. I've probably already done them, but I always write them down if I see any suggestions, and players, and then I'll keep a lookout, and if I need them, I'll always buy them. So if you always got some transfer suggestions, always put them down in the comments section, because they are noted, and I will, look into them and see if I like them. But let's talk about the game and not transfers anymore, because compared to last season, this was an absolute horrendous transfer window, in my opinion. Felipe Anderson's on the ball. Oh, he hits the post. Not bad there. Not a bad effort. It's still 1-0. And if we can pick up another win, I'll be very, very happy. Especially another convincing win, because it just shows that this formation is working quite well. Especially last game, because Sessegnon scored 2 goals. Not Sessegnon. Sessegnon got 2 assists, to be fair. But Anderson got 2 goals from the attacking midfield role. And as soon as I found out that he could play attacking midfield when I changed the formation, I was like, you know what, I'm going to give him a go. That way I can have Anderson and Sessegnon playing. Sessegnon can still grow into a worldie, and Felipe Anderson can carry on doing absolute bits for us. And he's going to have Arthur just behind him, so that Brazilian connection as well is going to be lethal. But West Brom could be on a little attack here. Jakob, it just froze. It was definitely going wide, but it just froze, and it was like, oh, what's going on? But it's still 1-0. Right, we got another highlight here. Felipe Anderson has picked up the ball. Back to Gnabry. Augusto's flying in all over the place. He is on a booking. He needs to watch out. If he wants to get himself sent off, that's fine by me. Gnabry to Anderson to Sirhouse. Puts it away. That was a lovely little passing play from Gnabry and Anderson. Anderson's going to have a big season, I feel. He's going to have a massive season. Good work here from Gnabry. Gets the ball. A bit of a mix-up there by Phillips and Sturridge by the looks of it. Plays in Felipe Anderson, and then a lovely weighted ball to Sirhouse, who sticks it in the bottom corner first time. If they can do this in the Champions League and we can get out the group stages, I will be so, so happy, because I can imagine us getting a group of like Barcelona. I'm trying to think now. My mind's gone Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, and I don't know, some Turkish sides like Besiktas or something like that. And it's going to be so difficult to qualify out the group, and the best we can hope for is the Europa League, because I don't really. It'd be good to get the Europa League, but we're in the Champions League. I want to qualify for the Champions League. I don't want to. We don't have any centre mids on the bench. Arthur's going to have to stay on. I don't want to, keep fighting for Europa League. Even though that's our objective this season, is to go for Europa League. But I want to be in the Champions League and be with the big boys. John Guardetti's going to come on, I feel, for Sirhouse. Sirhouse had an excellent game, but we need to give everyone a chance. And we've brought on Luke Shaw and Declan Rice as well, who's still at the club. And he's going to get some game time here and there, as well as Reece Oxford. I haven't decided to loan them out. They're just going to be our 4th and 5th choice centre-back partnership. And hopefully do well for us, because they're still young, they've still got potential. Declan Rice's potential is depleting a little bit, and that's probably my fault for not playing him too much. Luke Shaw whips one in. Guardetti, Yarmolenko. It's 3-0. We're just far too good. We're far too good. John Guardetti, I think he did that in the last game. He got an assist in the last game as well. Came on, get an assist. Great play. Gnabry's just been involved in everything. And if I was Sessegnon, I'd be fairly worried, because I think Sessegnon got 2 assists, obviously, in the last game. But Gnabry has just been involved all over the place. He's on a 8.7, which, is worthy, in my opinion, worthy. 88th minute, though, there is a highlight, but we are 3-0 up. And they might sneak a consolation. They probably don't deserve one, but I can't see us going 4-0 up, maybe? Augusto, he panicking on the ball. Daniel Sturridge finds Augusto again. Livermore. Is Livermore still... I guess it's only 3rd season. I keep on thinking we're in the Gloucester City save, where we were like 10, 11 seasons in the future. I can't imagine Jake Livermore still playing then. Augusta hits the post. Sturridge, was he offside? It looked offside, but West Brom have pulled back a consolation goal. which is a bit of a joke. If you ask me, it's a bit of a joke. Goddamn West Brom. We have been all over them today. And there is time for another goal, to be fair. And I'm not liking that. Burke tries to find Rodriguez, but Janovic is there and plays it back to Pickford perfectly. I'm really annoyed about Babic. The sooner we can sort his work permit out, the better. We got him from Red Star, and he was killing it in Red Star. I've kept an eye on his progress at Venlo, and he's been getting like 7.4s, 7.3. I think his average rating is 7.35. So before too long, he's going to get more international call-ups, and that will only help his work permit situation out. Hopefully. Fingers crossed, because I want him to play for us, because he would be our best defender. It's the annoying thing. The game's just petering out. West Brom are trying to get back into it, but they can't keep hold of the ball. And Anderson's going on a mazy run. It looked like it could have been a penalty, but the refs called full time, and we've won 3-1. So that is fantastic. We've kept our ratio of scoring 3 goals in a game, and we've started the season 2 wins out of 2. Don't go anywhere though, because like I said, I'm going to wait until the Champions League group stage, show you the group stage, and then we will end the video there. So stick with me, and I'll see you in a second. Welcome back, everyone. Here is the draw for the group stage of the Champions League. We are 4th seed, so we are just going to draw everyone out that we know, so we know we have a grasp of the groups. Right. Group A, PSG, Porto, Zenit. It's going to be tough. Group B we can't go into because Arsenal are in there, but it's Barcelona, Arsenal and Ajax. That is a tough group. Group C, Juventus, Ukraine, Juventus, Shakhtar of Ukraine, and Bilbao. Yeah, we could probably sneak through a second place in that. Can't go into Group D because Liverpool's in there. Bayern Munich, Liverpool and Besiktas. AC Milan, Monaco, Anderlecht fill Group E. We would Champions League winners AC Milan, remember. We'll probably sneak a 3rd place if we can get past Anderlecht. Going to be a toughie. Group F we can't go into, which looks like a blessing in disguise because it's Man United, Atletico Madrid and Lazio. That is a group and a half in there. Group G, Benfica, who were top seed, Real Madrid, who were 2nd seed, and Lyon. We could probably sneak a 2nd place if we're lucky in that. I wouldn't mind that too much. And the last group, Group H, which once again we can't go into because Chelsea are in there, Moscow, Dortmund and Chelsea. So at the moment I'm looking at Group A, Group C and Group G if we want to qualify as 2nd place if we're lucky. There we go. Group A, it seems. We are in the same group as Porto, Paris Saint-Germain and Zenit St. Petersburg. So if you have a look at the other groups, still a tough group, mind, isn't it? Jesus Christ. Barcelona, Ajax, Arsenal and Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's a group and a half. Juventus, Shakhtar, Bilbao and Rapid Vienna. Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Besiktas, Inter Milan. That is a massive group. Monaco, AC Milan, Anderlecht and Celtic. Madrid, Atletico that is, Man United, Lazio and PAOK, Real Madrid, Benfica, Hoffenheim and Lyon, and then Dortmund, Chelsea, Spartak Moscow and Hajduk. So our group, that's a tough. We can maybe sneak 2nd place if we're lucky, I feel, but we need to aim for that 3rd place because it's going to be a tough ask to get 2nd place because you would think Paris Saint-Germain are going to win the group. And then the rest of us are probably equal level, maybe, I would say. So it's going to be a tough ask, but we'll give it a good go. So with everything now coming out, what we'll do is we know the draw. Let's skip on a little bit, and then I'll tell you which games we are going to come back for when everything's sorted out. So yeah, we've been handed a tough group. Why can't I send my assistant? I'll do that off camera. And so we'll come back. First group game of the Champions League is Paris Saint-Germain. So what we'll do is we'll come back for the Paris Saint-Germain game and the Newcastle game, I feel. And just Paris Saint-Germain, our first Champions League game is against Paris Saint-Germain. That's going to be a toughie. If we can, it's away from home as well. If we can sneak a draw, Jesus Christ, we're not going to sneak a draw, are we? But if you like that episode, please like, please subscribe, and come back in a couple of days. You need to be subscribed because you don't want to miss out on Paris Saint-Germain versus West Ham in the Champions League group stage. It's going to be tough. Thank you, and goodbye.